Right, hello again. Yes, we've seen the first game in the House of Dead series. Now get ready for something a bit more modern. It's not the most modern House of Dead game, because I believe that is House of Dead Scarlet Dawn. But yeah, welcome to House of Dead 4. Specifically, welcome to the special House of Dead 4. The House of Dead 4 special. So, for those that are unaware, the House of Dead 4 that came out in 2005 got a sequel sort of thing. Think of it as like a part 2, but it wasn't the House of Dead 5. So the House of Dead 4 special was a cabinet that released in Japan. It did get released across seas as well, but it was most notably seen in Japan compared to anything west of that, like in the United States or even in Europe. And the long story short of this one was very, very short. In the House of Dead 4 that released back on the PlayStation Network in 2007, I want to say? I'm not quite sure. Don't quote me on that, you'd have to look up exactly what year it came out. But when the House of Dead released on the PlayStation Network with the PlayStation Move in mind, and the machine gun peripheral that was used for other games, you had the House of Dead 3, the House of Dead 4, and the House of Dead Overkill. In the House of Dead 4, you're actually able, once you beat the main story mode, I guess, the main actual game itself, you unlock the special game. So the special game is literally 2 chapters, and it takes place after the main game has finished. So if you haven't seen the House of Dead 4 or how it ends, would highly recommend not watching this run and watching that first, or watching the ending at least, to see where this picks up. We meet G, who we're going to be playing as, who fights alongside Kate Green. And they're trying to stop the outbreak that's happened following the end of the 4th game, because after the game finishes, there's still an outbreak going on. So they're trying to stop it at its source, and they meet an old friend near the end. So if we're ready to go on time, I'll get this game started. So in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so we're gonna skip straight into this. So immediately, first things first, you'll notice got the good old shoot 'em up. Why not? So we're gonna skip this intro cutscene, and basically we're playing as Kate. So, Kate is on her own now, after what had happened at the end of the 4th game. However, she meets an old friend. As I was saying, she meets Agent G, who is here. Now, the one thing that we do in any House of Dead 4 run, in the PS3 version that is we're actually able to abuse the... something that you can't do in an arcade port is you can't abuse the game over. So basically you get, if you so desired, you have a couple of things in particular. So, for example, we're going to make sure that we grab this. We're also going to make sure we grab that grenade there. There we go. Nice. Very nice. Nice. Too bad. So we're gonna take a ride back to the old headquarters. I do believe I didn't want to do that, so these guys are gonna come at me. There we go. Nice. So immediately going to try and make sure, get things sorted here. Nice. So we're going to wait for all these guys to kill us. There we go. Or hurt us, whichever. So we're going to get rid of the... There we go. Nice. So what we're going to do is, as I said, when you die in this game, what happens is you end up having your grenades all respawn. So grenades are in this game something that you can't get in any of the other House of Dead games, apart from anything after this. So if you played the house, I think it was the House of Dead Overkill. There wasn't actually anything in particular that you could apply. It's just interesting. So we're going to use the... There we go. Nice. There we go. Nice. So this guy's actually in the House of Dead 4 anyway.
Keep your guard up.
Nice.
There's persistence, and then they're just plain annoying.
Also, he will continue. There we go. Nice. That's the first stage done and dusted. I'm actually quite glad that we did get hurt there at the end, because I obviously got to abuse the grenade stuff. So that's chapter 1 done, that's our stage 1. So, as soon as we start the next stage, we're immediately thrown into the next particular bit. So we're going to make sure we get this done and dusted. Nice. Make sure we get rid of these guys here. Very nice. So supposedly these guys are protecting something. What they're protecting? No idea. Perfect time. So I'm going to make sure I get hurt here, so that I can get rid of these guys dead quick. Yep. Get rid of these guys here. Nice. Now I did make one mistake, which was trying to get one of these guys to hunt me. Very nice.
This has moved
So these guys here, one of these guys will attack me. There we go. That gives me my grenades back, which is good. So we've got like this weird, creepy goo stuff. It's really weird. There we go. Nice. Use the grenades. So, look who it is. Our old friend, the Magician. Now, the Magician will constantly hit us. Now, obviously, again, we're playing the risky game here. Because of the fact that he will constantly be trying to hit us. No matter what. And we want to make sure that we... If I can get him, that is. Try and make sure I line my shots up, at least. It might take a while before we eventually kill him, so this is fine. He does try this like fun trick where he's like, "Oh yeah, I'll come at you." Now he will try everything in the book. He likes to move fast, like he used to do. Eventually, he will start to go up and further up than where he is right now. So I'm going to make sure that I at least injure him to an extent. There we go. There we go. He does try every trick in the book. Like that. And time, I think. Well,
we've only got one shot at this. Aim fast and true.
Missed him. So that's it. That's time. So the Magician's quite difficult. So you get a good ending or a bad ending. I missed the good ending. So the bad ending is this one. However, if you end up If you get the bad ending, you don't destroy that box, you need to make sure you get that box. Otherwise, it's supposedly that's Pandora's box, as it says bad end. But yeah, the idea is you want to try and throw the grenade a bit higher, hold the grenade, throw it a bit higher, and it'll explode over the box. And then once you've done that, then obviously it destroys the box and it destroys the magician. But if you get the bad end by missing it or you just don't throw it, then you end up getting the bad ending. But yeah, that is the House of Dead 4 special. Like I said, it's very fast, very frantic. But feel free to give it a shot. It is quite a fast run as it is. And to be honest, it works quite well alongside the main run itself. I think I showed off the main run last time. But yeah, the special one is kind of blink and you'll miss it. If you want to get hold of this game, you can do via the PlayStation Network store. Obviously, it is completely up to you what you choose to do with getting it. So in terms of the House of Dead 4, you can play the PlayStation version, PS3 version, which works really well with the PlayStation Move, as you saw. But also, you can, if you want to, I think it's called Techno Parrot, which is an arcade emulator that emulates this game quite decently. Obviously, it depends on PC specs and things like that. But they are allowing arcade emulator runs, and obviously genuine arcade runs. If you've got like actual footage of, from a 2005 cabinet and stuff like that. So, yeah. Feel free to give this game a try. I'm pretty sure a lot of people here like the House of the Dead, but for those that don't, trust me when I say this, with the speedrunning side of things, it seems difficult when you first do it, but honestly, it gets a lot easier as you go. So you might end up finding that it'll be a bit difficult here, there, and everywhere, but it does get a bit easier. Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, feel free to give this a try. Like I said, feel free to give the original game a try. They are quite easy to pick up and get hold of. With the first game, like I said, you wouldn't be able to get the sound working because modern systems, unless you decide to emulate it on PC. The fourth game is, as I said, available emulation. You can play any of the series, even the new one, Scarlet Dawn. I believe you can get hold of that for Techno Parrot, and that emulates that quite well as well. But yeah, on that note, I'm gonna wrap this up here. Last thing I just want to quickly say is thank you to the SegaCrew for allowing me to run in this event. And also for allowing me to run back in Segathon a couple of months ago. And yeah, hopefully I'll be back at some point soon in the future. So yeah, on that note, thank you very much for watching. You can find me over at ViperRaces, by the way. I mainly do racing games and stuff like that, but do like a good shoot 'em up game or zombies game every now and again. So feel free to head over there if this is something you're interested in. No pressure though. And I think, yeah, on that note, I'm going to hand it back over to the SegaCrew themselves. So thank you very much. Have a great rest of your day. And yeah, back over to you.